What's good, Relentless Gang? See the shirt, man. Let me show y'all the shirt. This old school right here. Relentless Gang. Born to lose, built to win. Yes, Sirski. This old school. I got some new merch coming out. But if y'all like the slogan, born to lose, built to win, let me know, man. I might put that back in what I got going on with my new logo. I like that little slogan right there. Born to lose and built to win. Relentless Gang, win the building. You feel me? Yes, Sirski. All right, so, man, you guys, man, this is Diddy loses it after Dave Chappelle exposes his darkest massacres, bro. Now, we all know Dave Chappelle said, yo, I'm not part of that special group that, everybody may think just because I'm in Hollywood I'm part of. He almost been he may have well been blackballed, blacklisted or whatever. But he stood for what he stood for, bro. And then he started, letting out some dark things in life. So now he's talking about Diddy and his darkest massacres. And we're here now, man. Hey, listen, you guys, thank you so tremendously much, if that's the word, tremendously much, that you guys were showing me love on all these celebrity talks, gossips, rumors, whatever, allegedly, and all that. You guys have really been showing out on the channel. I think you guys have gave me my main niche for right now. I think. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thanks for the support, man. Without y'all, there would be no Relentless Lex. And that's on me. You dig? All right, let's check it out. Let's get it.
Maybe I know stuff people don't want me to talk about. So
See that?
Oh, we're gonna what other people believe. So
Yeah.
they call me crazy.
And I was certain that I might very possibly die.
It is evidence and proof that you and that fucking sodomite you run around with, Honey fucking Combs, killed Biggie fucking Smalls.
When Sean Combs delivered the commencement speech at Howard University in 2014, he talked about learning how his father, Melvin, died. Combs' mother, Janice, had always told her son that Melvin Combs, who died when Sean was just 3 years old, had been killed in a car accident. But something told Combs to research his father himself. And he spent a day in Founders Library searching through microfiche until he discovered, thanks to the Amsterdam News, that his father, who had ties to drug dealer Frank Lucas, had been murdered in a drug deal gone bad. But while the music...
Oh, wow. His dad was with Frank Lucas, or affiliated with Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas actually was from my hometown. Well, not my hometown, but from my state. He was originally from South Carolina. He moved out to Harlem years and years ago and took over that motherfucker with drugs. Him and his brothers, and I don't know how he did it, bro, but a guy from the South, from South Carolina, moves to Harlem and took over like crazy.
Executive later said he didn't want to end up like his dad. He would later turn out to be one of the most ruthless people in Hollywood, taking anyone who dared cross his path. Comedian Dave Chappelle has been there to witness it all. I decided to embrace the entrepreneurship of my father, but in an honest way, in a legal way, by earning, scraping, working harder, believing in myself, and most importantly, making the most of the blessings that God blessed me with, Combs said in the commencement address. Is that right? No, it's not. Combs' story is the tale of two vastly different worlds and the ways they've collided as he began pursuing legitimacy the moment he dropped out of Howard to take a job working for Andre Harrell at Uptown Records. Janice Combs went from being a matriarch who worked 4 jobs to support her 2 children to witnessing her son become one of the most recognizable and successful entrepreneurs of his time, worth an estimated $800 million. But Chappelle...
Dog, they said his mom worked 4 jobs, bro. Now, I would take my hat out to her, bro. Bro, I'm having a problem working 1 9 to 5 and doing YouTube on the side. For a lady to work 4 jobs, raising a son alone? Oh yeah, that's big to me. That's I got to say, yo, salute to his mom for that. I got to.
Chappelle insists Diddy controls blood money, most of which he earned after taking out his competitors. And he has been indirectly exposing the bad boy founder, starting with his latest crime. The unsubstantiated medical emergency that led to Jamie Foxx's hospitalization has set the internet on fire lately. Everyone is aware of that unless you just arrived from planet Mars. The internet is full of theories and arguments, but only one has managed to get to the top. Many speculate that Jamie Foxx's illness was not the result of natural causes, but rather an attempt on
Sorry about the ad, you guys.
His life. Dave Chappelle, of all people, has spoken forward to explain why the establishment was so eager to have him silenced. You need not be concerned, simply follow our lead as we reveal the puzzle parts. A medical emergency reportedly sent Fox to the hospital earlier last month. His loved ones had to fly in from Los Angeles to be with him while he was filming Back in Action with Cameron Diaz in Atlanta. Now, however, it has been reported that police visited the actor in the hospital, where the Oscar winner reportedly told them that someone was actively trying to eliminate him. Fans
Now, one thing I always say to you guys is that if you guys look at my channel and the videos that I'm doing covering the story, you would notice, like, even though these are different videos, they still obtain some of the same information because it's facts, you know. So you might hear some of the same stories a little over and over, maybe.
were left in utter dismay at his inflammatory comments. A Twitter user recently commented, "Jamie Foxx told the cops somebody is trying to kill him. I'm telling you, man, it's like they have a timer of these celebrities' lives. I believe him, but who might possibly be after him is the burning question on everyone's minds. But have no fear, Dave Chappelle has just solved this mystery. Some scumbag elites are chasing Dave Chappelle because of his surprising comments on the planned nature of Jamie Foxx's illness. The comedian-turned-actor was not afraid to speak out against the satanic practices he saw in Hollywood. This is not his first time making such allegations. In the past, he has compared the business world to a monster that will devour you if you refuse to do what it says. In an interview on his life and work, Dave Chappelle spared no details in criticizing the film industry and its elites. He mentioned Martin Lawrence, who, like Jamie Foxx, is currently thought to have suffered a stroke. Dave made a humorous statement claiming that Martin's reaction to his question was, "This is not a shallow answer, no matter how funny it may sound." Fans assumed that Jamie must have been presented with Illuminati material and he must have rejected it. And this is the root cause of all his troubles. Another supporter chimed in, "I felt that he said no to something and that's why he had that stroke. This is a fairly healthy man that stays out of the way. They unalive these celebs, make them go broke, and take away."
He's a healthy man and he stays out the way. I don't hear much about Jamie, bro. Not nothing negative. The only thing I would say I heard lately was him having a meltdown on set. Besides that, I have not heard anything negative about this guy, man. Only great things, really.
Word just so that they submit. Hashtag pray for Jamie Foxx. Dave Chappelle praised Martin as a tough guy in the same interview, noting that weak individuals lack the courage to say what's on their minds. Then he went about asking, what the hell is going on in Hollywood with all these artists and celebrities disappearing and having strokes? After that, he dropped a hint about a crucial specific topic that most people overlook. He reveals that something nefarious is going on behind the scenes, but only a select few can see it. Further explaining his motivation to escape to Africa from the grasp of the elite. He said, fans still look up to him as an example of bravery and courage. Dave Chappelle is constantly lauded for his authenticity and for exposing Hollywood's false haughtiness. A supporter remarked, "Say what you want about Dave Chappelle, but he does show the darker side of Hollywood, the side that keeps you from your family and friends, the greed and illusions involved. We all see glamour, parties, and money, but he's telling us it's not all this magic. They create magic. Celebrities are just everyday people like you and I, not super beings. Imagine how lonely it must get. It's really sad. I love him even more for putting this out there." Previously, in 2006, Dave Chappelle disclosed that Hollywood had attempted to have him fired. He claims to have been performing and building his reputation in the profession since he was 14 years old. So that they might perpetually benefit from his creative output, they experimented with drugs and killed him. He further said that the entertainment industry actively works to have young artists become drug addicts by convincing them that they are insane and crazy in order to control them. This is merely the beginning, as he went on to suggest in the same interview with Oprah Winfrey that famous people will soon begin acting irrationally or inexplicably disappearing if they resist attempts at control. He continued, saying that he saw everything and understood precisely what was happening when Mariah Carey was diagnosed as mentally ill. Fans, of course, saw parallels between Dave Chappelle and Kanye West in their criticisms of the music business. A supporter has recently commented, "It's crazy that Dave and Kanye have said the same exact story 16 years apart. They try to convince you that you are crazy, discredit you, drug you up, unalive you so they can own the rights to your craft indefinitely." Kanye West's accusations that he was also compelled to take psychiatric drugs are shocking, given how much trouble he has been causing in the industry and how much dirty laundry he has been revealing. He claimed that the pills include lithium to tamper with the user's psyche and drive them mad. In the past, even Jamie Foxx admitted to using addictive narcotics. He has been extremely forthright about his struggles with substance abuse and how they have persisted throughout his life. In an old interview, he explained his take on what happened to Kanye West. Since he's been through something like this before, he admitted that he had a hard time managing his severe addiction. He thinks he might have thought he was going to die if his friend hadn't stepped in. The comment came from Jamie. "My friend stayed at the hospital with me. Then he took me back to the dorm and I was afraid of the dark. And he would talk to me every night and calm me down and say stuff like, 'You're okay, the demons aren't real, he saved my life.'" Even a year or two after the tragedy, Jamie was still feeling the negative impacts of her heavy drug use. He claimed he was hopelessly damaged at this point and would never recover from his misfortune. He spoke candidly about his struggles, saying, "It felt like all of my fears were coming true and I was going crazy." He shared, "I read up on PCP after it happened. It leaves a fingerprint and you can't get it out of your system." Despite the fact that Jamie hasn't been involved in any major scandals, he really did find ways to keep himself in the news. He had just shown great courage, rising to the forefront of celebrity headlines after he was caught on camera exposing P. Diddy's notorious Hollywood bashes. The video gained widespread attention online, landing Jamie in trouble with a longtime friend. Jamie, in the video, states that she has footage from these events. He singled out one of the Beverly Hills parties and described it as a chaotic pool party full of strange goings-on. This sparked a sensation.
Hold on, so he said he got footage? That's what his whole... So Jamie...
Parties
okay,
and video states that she has footage from these events. He singled
That's
out
what
one
it
of
is.
the Beverly Hills parties
This the
and
footage.
described it as a chaotic pool party full of strange goings-on. This sparked a sensation on the internet, and once Jamie ended up in the hospital, many people began to suspect that Diddy was responsible. There is speculation that Diddy's wild parties contributed to Jamie's substance misuse, but no hard evidence to back up this claim. Any fan of hip-hop, or Hollywood news in particular, would know that Diddy is indeed a dangerous man. He has had numerous scandals with the law. Back in 2017, the groundbreaking hip-hop mogul added the title of #1 dad to his lengthy resume following a post-Father's Day altercation at his son's university, UCLA. According to TMZ, sources say the incident involved an argument between Diddy and one of his son's football coaches.
See that I have two really big monitors on here, as well as my tower, which by itself weighs like 50 pounds. Uplift desk can handle up to 350.
The rapper's son, Justin Combs, was a defensive back who had seen little action on the field during his 3 years at UCLA. While officials held their comments on the identity of the victim and the motives behind the attack, we do know that Diddy was booked on 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of making terrorist threats, and 1 count of battery. And the alleged deadly weapon, a kettlebell weight, a particularly unwieldy choice. No one was seriously injured in the attack, and Combs was released later that
A kettlebell weight. That sounds like something Diddy would try to hurt somebody with, bro. A kettlebell weight. The judge should have threw that out, bro. Come on, man.
at night. In addition to a degree from the Stanley's Baratheon School of Violent Parenting, Diddy has earned a reputation for serious crimes committed with hilarious objects. In fact, the artist formerly known as Puff Daddy or P. Diddy has more assault charges than pseudonyms. In 1999, Combs pleaded guilty to second-degree harassment after he allegedly beat down record executive Steve Stout. Stout accused the rapper of charging into his office with 2 buddies and hitting him with a chair and a champagne bottle. According to Stout, Combs then threw my desk over and they just walked out like nothing happened. Let's all take a moment to picture Diddy and 2 cohorts casually sauntering through a maze of corporate cubicles, dripping blood and dom. Combs adamantly denied breaking Stout's jaw and arm, although he did admit that I let my emotions get the best of me. And I just made a mistake. Stout and Combs both verified that the dispute stemmed from Nas' video for Hate Me Now, which depicted both of the rappers nailed to the cross. Stout, who managed Nas, knew that Combs was having crucifixion cold feet. So, when the original video went public in spite of Combs' removal request, the rapper made Stout a sacrificial lamb for the sacrilegious blunder. Miraculously, Combs' guilty plea to a lesser charge resulted in only 1 day of court-ordered anger management. These days, Stout and Combs share bottles of champagne instead of beating each other up with them. Unfortunately, Combs' most serious crime of 1999 didn't end similarly happily ever after. The infamous December Times Square shootout took place at a club that was actually called Club New York. And while some of the details are still under wraps, the extraordinary facts that we know have rightfully raised this incident to mythic status, and Hollywood insiders like Dave Chappelle know even more. The The altercation began when Combs bumped into a fellow clubgoer, spilling the man's drink. Instead of respectfully requesting a selfie and then going on his merry way, the man became hip-hop history's most idiotic John Doe by insulting and taunting Combs. The verbal sparring culminated in someone throwing cash at Combs in a derogatory manner, as one does. While Club New Yorkers dove for the dough, fellow rapper and Combs associate Jamal Shine Barrow drew a semi-automatic and opened fire, wounding 3 bystanders. Before someone could defuse the tension with a "that escalated quickly" joke, Combs had shot his own gun, just once, at the ceiling. Combs and then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez fled the scene in a Lincoln Navigator. After they were stopped by police and hauled to the station.
Oh, man, I didn't know Jennifer Lopez was there. I remember this story years and years ago. And Sean, shout out to Sean, man. I didn't know Jennifer Lopez was there, though. Wow, Jenny was thugging, huh?
The music executive allegedly
Damn.
tried to bribe his driver to claim the gun as his own, offering a $40,000 diamond pinky ring as collateral. His story couldn't be more 90s if Combs had attempted to bribe his driver with an actual ring pop. Diddy was charged with gun possession and bribery and faced 15 years in prison if convicted. His kick-ass defense team included infamous O.J. Simpson lawyer Johnny Cochran, who was doubtlessly thrilled to be representing a client who couldn't aim. While Diddy eventually walked free, rapper Shine spent 10 years in prison. Over a decade after the shooting, Diddy was still dealing with repercussions, finally reaching settlements with all 3 victims in 2011. Netanya Rubin, who was shot in the nose and reportedly has 7 bullet fragments still lodged in her face, was awarded $1.8 million. As recently as 2010, Shine was reportedly living in Jerusalem as a practicing Orthodox Jew. He and Diddy have reconciled, while Diddy and J-Lo's relationship couldn't survive the shooting, a bitter victory for the awful adage bros before hoes. Rounding out Diddy's 90s true crime trilogy was radio host Roger Mills' accusation that he was roughed up by the rapper's bodyguards. Mills alleged that he was attacked after an interview in which he asked if Combs had any part in Notorious B.I.G.'s murder. In 2004, Diddy denied the charges, testifying that he didn't give any violent orders to his handlers. The courts ruled in favor of Combs, citing insufficient evidence. The odds brought little legal respite for the rapper turned businessman, who easily has more pending legal suits than actual suits. In 2004, promoter James Walton filed a $5 million lawsuit against Diddy. Apparently, Walton approached the rapper at Lower East Side hotspot The Box and invited him to see a hip-hop show he was promoting. According to court papers, Combs gestured at a bodyguard to forcibly remove Mr. Walton from close proximity to him, unleashing 3 violent handlers who proceeded to hit and kick the promoter repeatedly. Then in 2011, Diddy took brand loyalty to the next level when he shouted obscenities at a fan.
Nah, come on, man. That old man was trying to promote a rap. Bro, Diddy, you's a scumbag, my boy. Look at this guy, man. How could he's no threat to you? The man trying to promote a rap party, maybe for the youth, that he said, hey, could you come by? You gonna order your security guards to kick the man, stomp him, beat him up. Bro, that's monstrous right there.
Proximity to him, unleashing 3 violent handlers who proceeded to hit and kick the promoter repeatedly. Then in 2011, Diddy took brand loyalty to the next level when he shouted obscenities at a fan for drinking an alcoholic beverage that wasn't the Diddy-endorsed Ciroc. The rapper was hosting a BET Awards after party with T.I. when he began meting out abuse on an unsuspecting crowd member. Despite the ice cubes that Diddy reportedly hurled from the stage, the club quickly got heated. While T.I. attempted to calm the crowd by chastising Combs for his Ciroc tyranny, unconfirmed gunfire later that night was attributed to Diddy's aggressive antagonism. Post-recession, Puff Daddy was a little too reliant on his novelty liquor-related revenue. Too bad Ciroc sucks. If you think that's all, then you have to refresh your memory. We are just getting started. The year 2014 brought Diddy a relatively non-violent beef with fellow rapper Drake. Sure, Drake went to the ER after Diddy punched him in the shoulder, but at least there wasn't a gun or a champagne bottle involved. Apparently, it was a classic case of a stolen beat. Diddy alleged that Drake stole one of his tracks and played it as his own. 1 year later, disgruntled Diddy fan Steven Donaldson claimed he was also—
Hold up, wait a minute, bro. Drake, that was some light-skinned shit right there, my boy. Diddy, you go to the hospital because Diddy punched you in the shoulder. I thought he slapped Drake. I don't know if this is misleading information, but a shoulder punch leads to a ER visit. Ain't no way, bro.
Punched by the rapper. In
Ain't
a
no
TMZ
way.
video, Donaldson berated Diddy for arriving late to
Hey.
his scheduled appearance at a Super Bowl party. Donaldson, who probably wasn't even drinking Ciroc, allegedly goaded Diddy until one of his goons punched him in the face, and then he hit the rapper with a battery report. While Diddy's rap sheet is arguably more impressive than his rap skills, his most famous alleged crimes never made it to court. In 2008, Los Angeles Times reporter Chuck Phillips penned a now retracted article alleging that Combs and the notorious B.I.G. both knew in advance that Tupac Shakur would be attacked at New York's Quad Recording Studios on November 30, 1994. Citing a combination of FBI informants and unnamed sources, Phillips contended that the setup was partly motivated by Shakur's refusal to join Diddy's Bad Boy label. The 1994 incident infamously led to the Biggie-Tupac falling out that invigorated the East Coast-West Coast rivalry and eventually left both rappers dead. Diddy released a statement denying the story's accusations, insisting it is a complete lie to suggest that there was any involvement by Biggie or myself. Then in 2011, former LAPD homicide detective Greg Kading published Murder Rap, which claims that Diddy ordered a deadly $1 million hit on Tupac. Kading, who participated in Tupac's murder investigation but was eventually pulled from the case, insists that he has a taped confession from Diddy's hitman. Combs called the book pure fiction. While the music executive has somehow managed to dodge more charges than his football-playing son, we're eagerly awaiting more reveals about the rapper's criminal past, along with Justin Combs' inevitable tell-all memoir. And while Jamie Foxx continues to recover, we hope Dave Chappelle will also continue shading more light on the dark side of Hollywood that has been hidden from us all this while. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.
Now, I do believe Dave Chappelle is not going to be silenced, though. Hollywood is going to be, exposed, man. A lot of these celebrities now, they're coming out, they're realizing, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done it, but maybe I am stuck in it, but maybe I can help the next ones, the generations behind me that's up and coming who want to be celebrities. Are you willing to take on this lifestyle? And it's going to never stop. I don't care. It's going to be from however old people are now in these videos that they coming out. The ones that's younger than them, that's on their way to LA or on their way to Hollywood or whatever, they're going to go through the same things. They're never going to stop because they want your identity. They want to be in control. They want to have you jumping through hoops. And they want you to be their partner or their sacrifice. One of the two. Praying for Hollywood. Praying for Jamie, man. Y'all keep your prayers up for Jamie Foxx, man. And also pray for Diddy, bro. He need prayer himself. Pray for me and I pray for you. Until next time, I'm out of here. This your boy, Mr. Relentless Lace. You dig?